Hi guys, this is my host channel, and I got some books. They're chapter books and some books that are kids books. Now this book I'm going to show you is from my favorite series, and it is called the If You Grew Up with Abraham Lincoln book, and then they have the If You Lived with like Indian series, if you lived 100 years ago, kind of book series. If you grew up during the time of Martin Luther King Jr., those kind of series. So this one was written in 1966, but for the Scholastic printing was in 1992. So some of these Scholastic books were written in the 90s and early 2000s. Some of these books by Scholastic. So these are really cool books. I think they're really cool. They tell you about history and what it was like to live back then. And so the next book is an I Can Read book, Reading to with Help, Wilbur's Finds a Friend, Charlotte's Web, based on the new movie. And they did have a live-action Charlotte's Web movie, and they have two animated Charlotte's Web movies. They have the animated Charlotte's Web, and then they have the animated Charlotte's Web 2. Now, this is an old historic book called Paddington at the Seaside. This is about Paddington Brown. And this book was a Paddington picture book. And this book was published in copyright was 1975, first American edition. Text was written in 1975. The first American edition was in 1978. So, and the text and illustration were written in 1975, but the very first American edition of this book was written in 1978. So this book is really old. It's an old book. It's probably worth a lot of money because the pictures are old, and it's a really good book. And you don't see a whole lot of books like this. You know what I'm saying? So usually you don't see stuff like this. So they have the picture book series. And in the series of the Paddington picture books, you have Paddington Bear, you have Paddington's Garden, Paddington at the Circus, Paddington's Lucky Day, Paddington at the Tower, and Paddington at the Seashore. Or Seaside, at the Seaside. So in England, they call it Seaside. So this is what the this summarizes what the book is all about. It says, it has been several years now since a certain remarkable young bear was discovered behind some mail bags at the platform of the Paddington Station. Paddington Station is in London. Since then, he has become one of the most famous characters in children's literature and the personal favorite of many thousands of young readers. These new picture books are designed to introduce Paddington to a whole new audience of younger children. The full-color pictures on every page will delight a very young, and simple text is simply written for those who are just learning to read. Paddington Bear, the first of these picture books, tells the story of Paddington's arrival from darkest Peru, the discovery by the Brown family. The other titles in the series, such as Paddington at the Tower and Paddington at the Seaside, present a whole host of new adventures. So this is a really old book, so it's a keeper. I'm not getting rid of it. I love Paddington Brown. And there's his famous marmalade. 1, 2, 3, 4 jars of his famous marmalade. This is Paddington, my favorite bear. And this book is called The World of Dinosaurs, and in the series, in the World of Animals set series, is Animals in Hiding, The Big Bears, Life in the Sea, Where Do the Animals Live, The World of Dinosaurs is the very last one. So this is a really short book, and it's really good. Now this book is by Beverly Cleary, and it's called Henry and the Clubhouse, and that's Ramona, and there's Henry. Henry is the neighbor of Ramona and Beezus. If you ever watched the Ramona and Beezus movie, Henry was the newspaper boy. And in the Henry series, you have Henry, Hudgens, Henry and Beezus. This is Ramona's sister. Ramona Quimby's sister and Henry. Henry and Ribsy. Ribsy is his dog. Henry and the paper route. This is Henry and his paper route. He's riding on his bicycle. You can see there. And you have Ribsy. Ribsy is his dog. So I really like this book. Okay. Then in the next stack of books we have Chicken Soup, Human Heroes. This is volume 2. And I have read one book where animals save humans, but this is where humans save animals. And it's by Chicken Soup. Really cool. And here's the junior novel of Disney, Frozen, with Elsa and Anna. And they have pictures from the movie in here. By Random House, New York. And this is, there's Sven, and there's Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven. And this is an Elsa and Anna series. And they have Elsa and Anna, All Hail the Queen, Elsa and Anna, Memory and Magic. There's 10 chapters in this one. This is book 3, A Warm Welcome, which I really like. And here's book 4 of Elsa and Anna and Elsa's Sisterhoods in the Strongest Magic, The Great Ice Engine. Great Ice Engine. So yeah, that's a real good one. So I like those. Then you have my favorite series, Junie B. Jones. This is book 9. Junie B. Jones is not a crook. And here's book 12, which is Junie B. Jones smells something fishy. This is when she was in kindergarten. They do have her in first grade. And this is one of my other books that I got, Out of This World, all the cool stuff about space you want to know, and by Sybil Gifford. And this is a Reader's Digest book. And this is 3 of these books are from my favorite book series, and it's called the Rainbow Magic Fairy series. They have different series and different fairies. This is the Sports Fairy series, and this is Stacy, the Soccer Fairy. And this is from the Music Fairies. This is from the Music Fairies collection, and this is Veronica the Violin Fairy. This is Veronica the Violin Fairy. And this is the special edition books they have of the Rainbow Magic Fairy series. More fairy fun ever. And it's called Gabriella the Snow Kingdom Fairy. It's called Gabriella the Snow Kingdom Fairy. So it's really cool. I really like these series. You know, I have a few special edition. I still have a few special edition ones of these. I still have a few special editions of these. And they have the Rainbow Fairies, the Weather Fairies, the Jewel Fairies, the Pet Fairies, the Fun Day Fairies, the Petal Fairies, the Dance Fairies, the Music Fairies, the Sports Fairies, the Party Fairies, and the Ocean Fairies. So you have technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sets of fairies, but they have different ones in it. Now in this rainbow set, you have Joy the Summer Vacation Fairy, Holly the Christmas Fairy, Kaylee the Carnival Fairy, Stella the Star Fairy, Shannon the Ocean Fairy. You have Trixie the Halloween Fairy, Gabriella the Snow Kingdom Fairy. You have another special edition is Juliet a Valentine Fairy. Another special edition one is Mia the Bridesmaid Fairy. A special edition one is Flora the Dress Up Fairy. Special edition Paige the Christmas Play Fairy, which I have. And then I don't have a special edition one of Emma the Easter Fairy and Cara the Camp Fairy. So you have different special editions in them, and so these are different fairies and they have their own sets. So rainbow magic sets. These are all different fairies in different sets. So in the music series, you have Poppy the piano fairy, Ella the guitar fairy, Diana the drum fairy, Maya the harp fairy, Veronica the violin fairy, and Sadie the saxophone fairy, and Fiona the flute fairy. And then you have in the Rainbow Magic series, the sports fairies, all the sports fairies. You have Helena the horse riding fairy, Stacy the soccer fairy, Zoe the skating fairy, Brittany the basketball fairy, Samantha the swimming fairy, Alice the tennis fairy, and Jima the gymnastics fairy. So you have special edition ones. So that's really cool. These are the single edition ones by Daisy Meadows. They're all by Daisy Meadows. And you have a website. You can go on to rainbowmagic.com.
Do you?
I'm going there. And then this is my last book that I really, really like. And it's my favorite, Darn Wimpy Kid! The Darn Wimpy Kid movie diary. The next chapter. The making of the long haul. So, bye for now. Bye for now from the Manhattan Channel. Bye.